Welcome in, welcome in. Take two here. Hopefully this will work better. I'm going to share my screen here and we'll get Jacob here on screen. So let's see, window. Oh shoot, wait, why isn't it coming up with Zoom? Oh wait, here we go. Is this it? Okay, it's not doing what I want here. Good Lord. Yeah, I think maybe because it's not a tab like in my internet browser. It's not like coming up as like a screen share option here.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Gosh, what the heck? Okay, maybe this isn't gonna work. See, I mean,
solo's cool. If you
yeah, I mean, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything here before I cut this short. I mean, we could try Discord one more time just to see if it'd be any different. I mean, I doubt it.
I don't think it'll. I don't think it'll be any different. I don't know if you can like join the meeting link through like the browser. But yeah, I mean, you can go solo. It's always fun solo.
I mean, yeah, I'm disappointed though. I really wanted to do this with you. Let me just see real quick. Is there any way to kind of like paste this into like a browser or anything? Let's see, info. Oh wait, what if I? No, I don't think screen sharing on Zoom will help. Oh wait, invite link. No. All right, I guess I'll just do it solo. Hopefully we get this figured out soon and we can have you on here. But hey,
definitely.
Appreciate the effort, and I will see you in the live chat.
Yeah. See
All right. Cool.
Hopefully
Thanks, man.
Talk soon.
All right.
See ya.
Okay. So yeah, disappointing that couldn't work out, but we are gonna press on here. Let's see. Cancel the screen share. Okay, so I think we're good now here. So yeah, welcome in everyone. Yeah, Happy New Year. It's been a little bit since we streamed. We basically took a week off there. And yeah, last I was talking to you guys, we were talking about start sits for week 17, finals week, fantasy championships on the line. So hopefully you guys won some championships. Definitely want to hear all about that. Share me your championship story, your heartbreak story. And yeah, we're definitely going to talk about the situation with Rashee Rice and react to that as well. So yeah, we'll kind of let you guys like roll into the chat here. Definitely say hi. Let me know how your week 17 went, how your week 17s went. Let me know what you think about the Rashee Rice news. And yeah, we're just going to talk about whatever here. It's just going to be a pretty chill live stream. Hey, we got Seb in here. Welcome. He says, let's celebrate our fantasy championships. Yes, let's talk about it, considering I won this channel with a devil emoji. Hey, absolutely. Hey, we should absolutely start with that. Congratulations to Seb and his co-manager, Denny. They are the first ever champions of the Dynasty Savvy Listener League 1.0, the original, the OG Listener League. And yeah, it was, I don't know, I guess it was a decent battle between, me and Seb. Tried to give him a run for his money. He got a pretty good early lead. Bijan helped me storm back a little bit, but it was not quite enough. Stafford and Puka kind of let me down as well. But yeah, congratulations to Seb. I mean, it's his first time playing Dynasty this year. He learned quickly. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. I mean, like, pretty impressive, like beating a pretty savvy group of veteran Dynasty players. Seb took some crap. He took some questioning of his trades, of his moves. But hey, like he knew what he was doing. I mean, he went all in and it paid off. So yeah, congratulations, Seb. Yeah, I wish I could have given you a little bit better a battle. But hey, you'll be seeing me again. But it was a lot of fun. It was awesome first year for the Listener League. So can't wait to do it again. I definitely got my sights set on taking down Seb next year. And we also are rolling out Listener League 2.0. So yeah, we were doing a second Listener League. We've already got a handful of people in it. So if you want a spot in it, let me know. Best way to do that is to message me on Sleeper or Discord. I have the same handle on both platforms. It's just at Dan Fortune 500, just like it sounds. Dan Fortune 500. Yeah, so message me on Discord or Sleeper and just say, hey, I want to be in the new listener league, and we'll get you in there. But should be a lot of fun. I mean, the Dynasty off season is here. Definitely can't wait to start talking about these rookies. I mean, the Dynasty off season is just the best. I mean, it's not even really like the off season. I mean, this is kind of like, the NFL season is like redraft season in terms of how I think of it, and then the off season, that's like truly Dynasty season. So going to be so much fun talking about these rookies and all the rookie drafts, across all of our Dynasty leagues. I'm in about like a dozen or so leagues. So is Blake. So yeah, we'll have lots to talk about there, but hey, definitely want to, talk about and enjoy our championships. I'll let you know how I did in some of mine, but we'll catch up with the live chat here. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, we got Jacob in the live chat now. Sorry, we couldn't have him on camera, but hopefully we'll get him, get him on here soon. But he says the all-in gambit worked. LOL. So yeah, I think he meant gamble, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, Seb really did push all in. I mean, it was such a crazy arms race, especially that last week leading up to the finals matchup. Seb and I were like trading blows. Like he'd make a trade, then I'd make a trade to, counter punch, and then he'd make a trade trying to one me up, and then I'd make another trade. So it was super fun. It was, I personally love not having a trade deadline. I mean, that's not for everyone. It definitely got a little wacky and wild, but I thought it was kind of a fun adventure there. Those final few weeks, still being able to make trades during the fantasy playoffs, and especially that final week. Like Seb and I were really just kind of leaning into it, having fun, building up our teams as best as possible. So yeah, congratulations to Seb. And then Seb says Blake can collect all that value he wants, won't earn him the W. Make those trades, people. Risks. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, I mean, it paid off. I mean, sometimes you got to just take some chances. Like, it's not always going to work out. That's obviously why it's called a risk, but sometimes it does. And sometimes you just got to take that to really give yourself the best chance to win. So yeah, good on Seb. It paid off. Hey, we got Rampant in here. Welcome. Good to see you. He says, won my redraft league. Thanks for all the advice this season. Much appreciated. We go again. Hey, that deserves a little clap. Congratulations. Love to hear that. Like that is so awesome to hear. I mean, this is like the first NFL season where I feel like we've had, a little bit more of an audience here on the channel. Obviously we're still like very small and, trying to grow here. But yeah, I feel like this is like kind of the first season where we really had some like, regular viewers, and it's really amazing to hear that feedback that, hopefully we played some small part in giving you some solid advice that helped you take home the championship. So yeah, music to my ears. Congratulations. That is absolutely amazing. And yeah, so glad we were able to help there. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. And let's see, Jacob says, working on my new mock. Working on my new mock draft 2.0. Will drop my mock draft in a week or so. I've scouted all positions and ranked them except for receiver. We'll do that over the next couple days. Hey, that's awesome. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, for anyone that doesn't remember or wasn't watching the channel last season or even last off season, more specifically, as in like 2 off seasons ago, basically, Jacob basically makes his own mock drafts, but like not for the NFL draft, for specific dynasty leagues. So for instance, the league where I first met Jacob was this league called the Break Room. You probably have heard Blake and I talk about it occasionally on the channel before. And yeah, in that league, I remember Jacob dropped, I'm trying to remember how many versions of it there were. I think there were at least 2, maybe even 3. Maybe Jacob can let me know. But yeah, he would drop like he would do these mock drafts where he would predict like how like the first, at least like 12 picks or so would go in like the dynasty rookie draft in that specific league. Based on like who owned the picks and what their needs were, and who might the best players on the board be there. So that was super fun. I mean, like I've never seen anyone do that before. So love the dedication of that. I just thought that was so cool. So yeah, I totally forgot about that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some mock drafts this off season. So yeah, let me know what leagues you're going to be doing that for, Jacob. I mean, I'm assuming probably the listener league, maybe break room again. Hey, we'll have to put you to work here. So, and then let's see. Let me just pull up the stream here and make sure this is looking good. Yeah, I think this is looking all right here. And yeah, make sure you drop a like on the stream. And yeah, we'll get back to the live chat here. But yeah, definitely looking forward to Jacob's mock drafts. Those will be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm just getting excited for rookie season here. Let's see. Okay, Jacob says, yeah, for last year I only did 2 editions, but for this year I already dropped my first edition. It's super wrong by now, LOL. I'm assuming I'll end up doing 3 or 4 editions this year. Hey, sounds good to me. Yeah, I didn't even realize you had done 1.0 yet. So yeah, maybe you can, I don't know if you want to drop that in. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, feel free to even drop it in the live chat if you think anyone, if anyone would be interested in seeing that. Or I don't know, you could DM it to me, but yeah, definitely would like to take a look at that. And I'm curious what league it's in, what league it's for as well. And then Jacob also says, I make them for literally every league I'm in, LOL. Oh man, I didn't even realize that. And Jacob, remind me, how many Dynasty leagues are you in? I mean, I get the impression you're in a, decent amount. So that's crazy if you're doing like several of these like mock drafts for like each of your leagues. I mean, hey, like that takes some work and dedication. So yeah, much respect for that. Like that's pretty cool. I mean, I love and respect the passion. I mean, like, hey, we're all passionate about fantasy football here, about Dynasty. So yeah, I'm loving it. It's super nerdy. I mean, I've never heard of anyone doing that before, but hey, that's like a whole new level of passion. So I absolutely love it. Let's see. Okay, then Jacob says, I'm in 20 Dynasty leagues, and I'll usually make at least 15. Okay. Hey, that's awesome. I didn't even realize you were quite in like 20. That's pretty impressive. I mean, yeah, I'm not even in that many. I think I'm in 13 now. I actually just joined a new league. I took over another orphan, God help me. But it did have a free buy-in. I'm kind of a sucker for that. I don't know. I have trouble turning down a free buy-in for a Dynasty league. I mean, of course, it's not like the greatest roster in the world. It does have a few good players on it, notably Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Chase Brown, Trevor Lawrence, and then a couple other like decent players like Swift and Monangai. But that's about it. I mean, it's pretty much like garbage after that. So I'll definitely have my work cut out for me. It's also missing its first round pick. I think it's missing its third. So it only has like 226 rookie picks, no extras in future years. So I got my work cut out for me. I'll definitely be doing some down tiers. So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to hear anything about, hear more about that. I don't know, maybe I could, do some content about that, either live streams or maybe a video or two. Blake and I are going to get back to doing videos this year. And you're probably hearing, me say back to, like, wait, when did you guys ever do videos? Yeah, a lot of the new viewers here. It's been a while since we've done a video, but we did used to do them, and we definitely want to get back to that, for a multitude of reasons. So yeah, we're going to dedicate ourselves to that this off season, but we'll still be doing the live streams. I mean, we'll be doing at least one live stream a week, and we're hoping to put out at least one video a week. And, hopefully we can even exceed, those, hopefully not too ambitious goals. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we definitely want to get back to doing videos. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that as well. I mean, let me know what you guys prefer. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming there's probably a preference for the live streams just because like that's what we've always done. We've kind of built our audience that way. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in some videos, or if you just enjoy the live streams and want us to focus more on that. So yeah, I'm definitely we're definitely welcome to your feedback. I'm definitely interested in hearing what you guys want. We'll get back to the live chat here. Let's see. Okay, Seb says, I want to join more, but I didn't realize how much money I was killing. Fantasy has gotten so addictive to the point where I'm considering buying in leagues over more of my horror merchandise I love. And then you got a crying emoji and a sweating emoji. Yeah, hey, I mean, Seb loves his merchandise tied to horror movies, horror films. So yeah, he definitely has a big passion for that. If any of you guys saw any of our, I'm trying to think how many times Seb has been on the channel. I think at least twice. and yeah, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, both times, at least one of them. I know the first time, I remember like seeing his background, and you could see all that, horror movie like merchandise in the background, and he's got a lot of it. I mean, speaking of passion, so yeah, hey, I mean, we just got a lot of passionate people on this channel, so I love it. I mean, I'm very passionate about a lot of different things, as most of you guys could probably tell by this point. So yeah, I love people that don't mind like nerding out over the things they love. So yeah, big respect for that. But hey, that's saying something. If Seb is holding off on buying the horror movie merchandise, like, he must really love what he's spending his money on in place of, that being fantasy football. So yeah, I love how hooked Seb has gotten on Dynasty and everything. And yeah, it's been, seems like I've got Seb just about like, like half my leagues now. So yes, he's a great league mate to have in the leagues. I mean, good trade partner. So, and let's see, back to the live chat. Jacob says, Seb, join more. With your win rate is extremely financially responsible to join more. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Jacob, probably a touch of sarcasm there, but hey, I love that he's egging Seb on here. Gotta love it. So let's see. Seb says, if I'm ever on again, I'll give y'all a tour. LOL. Hey, okay. Hey, that'd be fun. Like, we could definitely do a little tour of all the horror movie merchandise. Yeah. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I think that'd be kind of fun. Also, we did start the new channel. We haven't put anything on it yet, but we do have the new channel up. A page exists for it, for all of our movie reviews, television reviews. So I'm actually, well, I don't even want to like say too much, but I'm kind of working on something, so I'm not even really like promoting it yet. So I'll let you guys know when we're actually doing something on there, and you can like go over and subscribe. But I kind of just want to keep it at 0 subscribers for the moment, but not for long, of course. I really want to grow that channel as well. Obviously, yeah, it's at 0 right now, so it's got a long ways to go. But yeah, I'll definitely have some updates on that soon. And Blake and I are also hoping to make some regular content for that this off season. So yeah, hopefully we're not biting off more than we can chew here, but we're really excited about all the stuff we got going here. Back to the live chat here. Let's see. Hey, we got Vincent in here. Welcome. He says that woman is probably lying, trying to get money. Okay. Yeah. So I assume you're alluding to the Rashee Rice situation. Yeah. Maybe this would be a good time to talk about it. So yeah, I mean, yeah, where to even begin with this? I mean, definitely like a sensitive subject here, topic. Yeah, I'll pull up the social media post, but basically for anyone that's been busy today and, hasn't really like, heard about it. Basically there was a social media post. Let's see, I was just looking at it on X here. Here, let me pull it up. For some reason my app refreshed and I lost the thing I was looking at. Let me just pull this up real quick here. Okay, I'm just searching Rashee Rice on X. Okay, here we go. I'll even screenshot it so I don't lose it. But yeah, I mean, so basically this woman on social media is talking about what sounds like a very toxic relationship that she was in. And yeah, we're assuming that the man she's talking about is Rashee Rice, of course. And yeah, she describes some abuse and just a lot of different toxic relationship behaviors, for lack of a better term here. I mean, I don't want to get like too much into this, into the specifics. I mean, if you want to read it yourself, yeah, just pull up X, Twitter, search Rashee Rice, and it'll come up pretty quick. You'll see it. It's basically like a, decently sized paragraph, like describing it. She also posts some photos of the alleged physical abuse. So definitely, not a good thing to see there, for anyone's sake. And yeah, I mean, certainly for, owners of Rashee Rice and Dynasty, it's definitely not the news you want to see. And, I mean, it in a way, like it's surprising, but it's not. I mean, anyone that's, been watching this channel for very long knows that I was pretty skeptical on Rashee Rice, at least in terms of like a long-term bet. I mean, I really liked him in the short term. I mean, in fact, prior to Rice being sentenced to 5 years of probation, I was a big buyer of Rashee Rice in Dynasty. I mean, I mentioned that league, the break room, where Jacob and I first met, and we did the startup draft, and I actually drafted Rashee Rice in the startup draft. I want to say I took him in maybe like round 3 or so. I was like really excited to get him as well. But when he was given the 5 years of probation, that personally changed a lot for me. And I was even looking back today on what I said back then. Possibly because I wanted a victory lap a little bit. Jacob and I were going back and forth a little bit in the league chat of the listener league. And I was pulling up receipts. I was like, hey, let me show you exactly what I said here. So yeah, it was convenient having video of that I could share with Jacob. But in any case, basically what I was saying is that, knowing Rashee Rice's track record, at least at that point, I mean, this is, this past July 2025, that's when the sentencing was handed down. And yeah, I was very wary of Rashee Rice at that point, because with probation, like any slip up where he could violate the terms of his probation and get himself into hot water. And basically my take was like, do I want to trust the judgment of a player who has repeatedly shown horrible judgment multiple times? Do I suddenly want to trust that player to just suddenly be on his best behavior and not slip up once over the course of 5 calendar years? Because that's basically what we have to do. Because the first moment he slips up, he's potentially in hot water. He's potentially in legal trouble. He's potentially getting suspended. He's potentially getting put in jail. I mean, a lot of different things get put on the table as possibilities at that point. So that changed a lot for me. I mean, I still liked him in the short term. Basically my football take hadn't changed. Like, I knew that when Rashee Rice finished his suspension and stepped on the field, that he'd likely be very productive, because like we know he's really good at scoring fantasy points. I mean, he was even I believe he was the wide receiver 1 for a while, pretty much up until the Patrick Mahomes injury. And then the Chiefs just kind of fell apart at that point. And then I think Rice himself got injured, if I'm not mistaken. But for those first like several weeks that he was back from the suspension, he was like the wide receiver. I'm pretty sure he was the wide receiver 1 in points per game in full PPR leagues. So he was absolutely crushing it. And yeah, in that moment, it's like, oh man, like, well, I mean, I still did have 1 share of Rashee Rice. It's not like I was completely out on him, but basically my strategy was, as soon as I can cash out at an attractive price, I'm doing it, And what exactly constituted an attractive price was certainly subjective. What I said at the time in July was, if I can get basically 2 future random firsts, or something very, very close to it, I'm probably cashing out at that point. The only problem is, once he served the suspension and came back and was just crushing it, and he hadn't obviously violated his probation or gotten into trouble during that whole time in between, it's like, oh man, maybe I need 3 firsts now, like, hey, this is the wide receiver 1, in points per game and tied to Patrick Mahomes. And he's absolutely crushing it right now. And he's still only 25 years old. And it's like, hey, maybe I need closer to 3 firsts now. So, and I remember like in the league where I had him, I was trying to get like Sam Darnold in 2 firsts, it was a super flex league. So maybe that was a bit too ambitious. I mean, looking back and seeing what's, transpired today, I definitely feel like, I wish my standards were a little lower there in terms of what I would accepted. In my defense, though, the best offer I received was like basically like a mid to late first and a mid to late second in 26. And, at the time that just didn't really excite me that much compared to what Rashee Rice was doing. Hey, we got Michael Hart in here, by the way. Welcome. Good to see you. Sorry if I'm rambling too much. Hopefully these are interesting thoughts, but I just thought it'd be good to kind of catch up anyone that's new to the channel about kind of what my stance was on Rashee Rice, to kind of understand my perspective on it now. So I'm definitely not surprised by what happened today. I mean, in many ways, it was kind of a big, I told you so kind of moment. At the same time, I did get a little too comfortable with my 1 share and ended up, left holding the bag on him, which I now feel stupid for. So I can't even like fully victory lap, because I'm still like the moron who was holding the 1 share of him. And based on what I was saying in July and, even, beyond that, I should have cashed out. So, I wish I at least like maybe countered that offer of the first and a second for like maybe 2 firsts. Maybe I could have settled for like a first and 2 seconds, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter too much now. Can't take it back. Just have to, eat the sunken cost on Rashee Rice. I guess I, hope that he gets his life together, and I hope this situation works out for all parties involved. But to the point here, cutting to the chase here, in terms of the impact of this for Dynasty, for fantasy football in general, particularly Dynasty. That's like the main thing we're going to be talking about this time of year, of course, obviously with redraft season being over now. But the main thing for Dynasty, I don't want to say he's cooked. But I'm not going to say it's nothing either. I mean, it's a big deal. What I think it's a big deal what's happened today. Needless to say, I think he could be potentially in a lot of hot water. I mean, it's all kind of speculative, I guess, but we can apply some common sense here. And, there's a pretty good history in the NFL with, unfortunately, players getting into situations like this. And there are certainly a range of outcomes that can happen here. So yeah, I guess the big question is like, what do you do with them in Dynasty? I mean, am I sending out offers for him to try to buy him low? Probably not. But if a manager is just like completely panicked, maybe there's a price I would consider it. It's really hard to say. I mean, obviously I'd rather wait till all the information comes out and kind of get a grasp on it and then decide. But of course, by that point, it might be too late to buy low on him. But I don't know. I still feel like I need a little more time to process this, make sense of it. So I don't want to make any too like definitive statements. I'm probably just kind of sitting back for now, gathering some more information. And if I own him, I'm probably not panic selling him. I'm probably just going to, go down with the ship, honestly. I don't know. We'll see. My perspective could change. But I just feel like it's tricky to try to sell him right now. And it's also tricky to buy him because a lot of these owners, they're going to be kind of wanting to stick to the old price of Rashee Rice as much as possible, not fully, but, as much as possible. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it more later. I do want to get back to the live chat here, but those are just some of my initial thoughts there. It is a tricky situation, a sad one. And hopefully not too many of you guys are holding the bag on Rashee Rice right now. But if you are, like, don't panic. Let things play out. There's still a lot to figure out here and to transpire. It could be a headache, just like it was for, the past, 2 years now with this whole Rashee Rice saga. Because it was off season 2024 when that car accident happened where he fled the scene and everything like that. Yeah, hard to believe it's been that long since then. So this is already dragged on for a long time. Now it's just more drama. Definitely don't blame anyone for kind of just wanting to get out of the Rashee Rice business, just kind of end the headache. So yeah, do what you feel is best. I don't have all the answers here. I don't have all the information, but I'm processing it as it comes, figuring it out with you guys here. So we'll figure it out together. I definitely want to hear all your thoughts. So we'll get back to the live chat here. Let's see where we left off. Let me get a sip of water here as well. Yeah, and definitely drop a like on the channel if you guys are enjoying the stream. Make sure you're subbed, of course. All right, let's see. Live chat. Okay, Seb says, okay, I think this is responding to Jacob, I believe. Seb says, LMAO, of course, I'm a try. I just need to save some more before I feel comfortable doing it. Okay, so hey, Seb's just got to save up some coin, and then sounds like he'll be joining some more Dynasty League. So, I love it. Don't go too crazy, Seb, but, love the passion. And hey, it's some good incentive to, work and grind and make that money because it'll be fun to join some more Dynasty Leagues and hopefully eventually win some more money, with those new leagues. So, and then let's see, Rampant says, can't predict injuries, can't predict real life. Praying Rice doesn't get into trouble. Yeah, I wouldn't want any part of that. Yeah, fair statements all around there. Can't disagree with any of that. And then, yeah, got Michael Hart in here. Says, what's going on? What happened with Rashee? I heard some drama for him. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I think I answered that pretty sufficiently. I'm sure we'll keep talking about it, though. But, yeah, so, hopefully, Michael, you heard kind of my update and reaction there and everything. So let me know if you have any reaction to all of that. I'd be curious to hear your opinion on it. And yeah, anyone here that's listening to it, definitely feel free to weigh in. Yeah, well, we'll kind of figure out the situation together here. And then Jacob says, definitely an L, but not confirmed sunk cost quite yet. He still is probably just suspended and then back. But yeah, definitely there's odds he's cooked. Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, I guess there is probably a pretty wide range of outcomes here. But yeah, I mean, the other thing that is worth talking about, when I first heard that, I think it was someone in the, I can't remember what league it was, maybe Listener League, someone in one of the, or I think it was actually another league, someone like alluded to Rashee Rice, something going on. I was like, oh boy, like what is this? So I immediately did a Google News search for Rashee Rice. And like one of the very first things that came up was this article saying, here, let me see if I'll pull up on my phone real quick, because it was kind of interesting. Let's see, what was the source on this? It was, what website is this? thespun.com. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Let me know if you guys have ever heard of that, thespun.com. So I don't really, is this a credible website / source? Like I have no clue. Sounds like more of like a column, / op-ed / subjective piece of writing here. So, it's not like a news article from what I see here. So take it with a grain of salt. But it was one of the first things that came up. And the headline here, or the headline for the article, the title of the article is, there's growing push for the Chiefs to cut Rashee Rice. So, yeah, that, I mean, I don't know, maybe a clickbait headline, but definitely caught my attention that like, oh boy, like what did he do now? But yeah, I mean, that's certainly a possibility. I mean, imagine if based on, what was posted on social media today and subsequently the, inevitable investigation that I'm sure the NFL is going to be doing, what if that results in, not just a suspension, but the Chiefs actually cutting Rashee Rice? I mean, anything's possible. Anything's on the table. It wouldn't be the first time an NFL player was cut for this kind of, tarnishing the shield / domestic abuse, allegedly, / off the field issues / legal issues, whatever you want to call it, all of the above. But it's not unprecedented. So yeah. So I don't know, like, I don't know if that would be good or bad. I mean, obviously like, Rice was absolutely crushing it when he was in there and healthy and not suspended. And, when Mahomes was also healthy. So you'd hate for him to leave that situation. Also, I mean, I do feel like, this is something Blake and I have talked about before, but like, I don't know if Rashee Rice is quite as talented as like the other like top stud wide receivers in Dynasty, in fantasy football in general. His production, it's a little, gimmicky and gadgety, it feels like. He's kind of like the PPR scam. Nate, nothing wrong with that. And, he's a good player. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, not trying to disrespect him or anything. But he doesn't feel like the talent level of, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, insert your favorite, stud NFL wide receiver, whoever that is, JSN, Puka Nacua, whoever your favorite is. I don't know if he's quite the talent of like those other guys. So I don't know. I'd be a little skeptical, a little wary of Rice going to a new situation. I mean, hopefully they would use him in a similar way and he could be that same PPR scam, but is his quarterback going to be as good as Mahomes? Is he going to pepper him with targets as much as Mahomes has done? So yeah, there'd be a lot of questions there. Obviously we can't get like a too ahead of ourselves here. But it's at least a possibility. So, I mean, it's not even guaranteed that he's going to stay on the Chiefs. So, yeah, a lot of different things that could happen here in the situation. But, yeah, it was interesting. I already seen like an article talking about that possibility, clickbait or not. But, that aside, I mean, it is something that could really happen. So that is a very real possibility. But we won't get too ahead of ourselves here. We're just kind of speculating on this whole thing. But we will get back to the live chat here. Let's see. Okay, Jacob says, okay, let's see. Okay, Vincent says, I'd sell him for a 3rd round pick. Yikes. Wow. I mean, there's a take for you. I mean, I don't know. Is that a bold take? I mean, let me know what you guys think. Like, would you call that a bold take? I mean, that seems pretty bold and definitive for me. I mean, I'm not ready to say anything that extreme. And even if I were to, I feel like I at least need like a second personally. Even that feels like pretty cheap. I don't even know if I would do that. I mean, I don't know. It feels wrong to even kind of throw out a price, but I hate also to just like completely cop out and like not say anything. But I feel like I'd at least want like a fake first. And, you know, for anyone new to the channel, that's basically a term Blake and I use for like not an actual first round pick, but like the equivalent, you know, added up value of a first through multiple assets. So maybe it's like, you know, an early to mid second plus, you know, a solid player. I don't know, Wan'Dale Robinson, something like that. And, you know, maybe even get something small thrown in, like some kind of unproductive rookie that maybe you still believe in or something, you know, Trevor Etienne, something like that. You know, something like that I could probably get behind just to kind of get off the risk. I don't know how many people are getting offers like that. I mean, let me know what you guys think. I mean, even without the throw in, let's just say 2 for 1. Would you take, let's call it like the 204. So kind of like a early to mid second in this 2026 rookie class. Would you take the 204 and Wan'Dale Robinson, who's coming off a really good year? You know, I don't know how many Dynasty managers are like fully bought in on Wan'Dale Robinson in the season he had. I'm sure some people are still skeptical of him. But would you take Wan'Dale Robinson in the 204? I mean, to me, that doesn't sound half bad, personally. I feel like I'd need something like that. I would call that a fake first. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I mean, if all I'm getting is a third, I'd rather just keep Rashee Rice. I mean, the upside's obviously a hell of a lot higher than that. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I was hoping to get like 3 firsts for him. So yeah, I personally couldn't sell him for a third, but I definitely understand it. I can't go that far though. But hey, I appreciate you sharing your perspective. Jacob says, I sent my 201 or 202 in a, what did that say? Oh, in a couple leagues, hoping it would work. Okay. So I'm interpreting that, Jacob, as you sent those offers. I'm assuming they haven't been accepted yet. Or, you know, let me know if they have. Let me know if you, let me also, yeah, anyone in the chat, if you have moved Rashee Rice, if you have traded him in a dynasty league in the past, whatever it's been, 8 hours or so since this news came out, let me know about that. Let me know about your completed trades, because I would definitely be interested in hearing about those. And also, yeah, feel free, you know, share your thought process about that and why you did it. Yeah, what you were, what your thought process was and why you did it. All right, back to the live chat here. Okay, Vincent says, if he got suspended for a year, how could I believe he could be jobless with a bunch of money and not get in more trouble? Yeah. Well, I mean, wait, suspended for a year. Yeah, I mean, he didn't get suspended for the whole year. I mean, what did he get suspended for? Like half the season? What was it? Like 8 games? Refresh my memory, chat. But yeah, he did get suspended for like at least like half a season. And yeah, like I said, I mean, there was a history of like, you know, repeated instances of just showing really poor judgment. It was fleeing the scene of the accident, you know, not to mention, you know, getting in that situation in the first place where he's like racing cars and, you know, I can't remember how fast they were going, but I'm sure it was dangerously fast. And then I'm forgetting now I feel like there was a second incident too. I don't even want to like try to, you know, jog my memory now because I'm afraid I'll like say the wrong thing, and I don't want to like make something up that he didn't. You know, maybe I'm like getting him mixed up with someone else. But yeah, let me know in the chat. I feel like there was another incident as well where he showed similarly bad behavior and judgment. So yeah, I definitely didn't trust him for very long. I mean, when I heard that 5 years probation, I'm like, oh, like there's like a 0% chance he's going to get through that without violating that probation. And honestly, I'm not even surprised that it happened in less than a year. You know, I mean, just a matter of months, basically. Less than a year, certainly. I'm really not too surprised, but I did get a little comfortable with my 1 share. Like I said, wish I had cashed out and been willing to take a little less there, but what can you do? Okay, Seb says, I sent a third in waste management, LOL. He said he might for a third and a second, and he got a shrug emoji. Okay. Gosh, so yeah, what do you guys think? Would you be willing to roll the dice on Rashee Rice for a second and a third? Let's call it a mid-second and mid-third this year. Would you do that? Call it the 207 and 307. Would you guys do that? I mean, I might be tempted. It still doesn't feel great though. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of copping out here, but like it doesn't really feel good buying or selling him right now. I mean, unless someone's just like giving him away, sure, I'll take him for a third. Like if someone offered me Rashee Rice right now in any of my dynasty leagues for a third, I'm just going to accept that. Even as many things as we don't know right now, as many ways that this could go. If I lose a third round pick, like who really cares? I mean, like, of course I don't want to lose it. I tend to have a lot of picks though, so I can probably, I mean, and it sounds like I'm trying to like, humble brag or something here, but I do like to collect picks. I mean, it's just kind of like my thing. So, and part of the reason I do that is so then I can like take some gambles on things. And this would be a good example of that. So yeah, I don't expect it to happen, but if someone came along and offered me any third, even if it's the 301, I don't care what year, where it is, I would give any third for Rashee Rice in a heartbeat. And if it turns to dust, so be it. I mean, it's worth the upside in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, beyond that, like if someone's going to give them away like that, sure, I'll take them. And on the other hand, if someone's like offering me a boatload, if someone's offering me like a first plus, yeah, I might just, I'd be very tempted to just cash out probably. If you give me even like a late first this year and any kind of fun thrown on top, I'm definitely thinking about it. It still doesn't feel amazing knowing his upside and what he can do, but I'd at least consider it. I mean, certainly if someone was throwing like, a first and multiple seconds, oh yeah, sold. Like he's gone, we probably wouldn't even think twice about that. So that's kind of where I'm at, I guess, as I kind of think through it with you guys. All right. And back to the live chat. Let's see. Jacob says, oh, I'm trying to buy Rice for that much. I sent my 201 to some Rice owners. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's a bad bet. I mean, I'm sure it feels a little better because it starts with a 2, 201 feels and sounds a lot different than if it said 112, right? So, I mean, they're really like almost the same thing. Although, I mean, of course, perception can be reality, right? And I feel like if it says 112, it's technically a first, even though it's almost the same thing as a 201, it's going to have a lot more trade value. So if you're not planning on making that pick, if you're planning on trading it for something, it's definitely going to carry a lot more weight in trade. So I guess it does kind of make a difference, even if it's mostly perception more than anything else. So yeah, I mean, if it's the 112, would I send the 112 away? Yeah, gosh, I don't know. That's probably in that gray zone where I'm just probably sitting on my hands and not doing anything. But that would be my recommendation, Jacob. If you would still do that, if it said 112, then hey, go for it. But it might almost help you to think of that as a first, just to make sure you really want to do that, because it's very close to a first, obviously. And then let's see. Hey, we got Coda in here. Welcome. He says, talking about Rice. Oh, he punched a reporter. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for confirming that. Yeah. I thought it was something like that. I was going to say like he punched a photographer, but that didn't sound 100% right. Okay. So yeah, thanks for clarifying that. I'm assuming, yeah, that's 100% there. But yeah, appreciate you, sharing that, since I was a little uncertain there. I was having trouble remembering. And then Rampant says, yeah, apparently punched a photographer at a club, but no charges were pressed. Oh, okay. So maybe my memory was right. So, yeah, either a reporter or a photographer. I mean, maybe both. I mean, yeah, it was probably, some kind of photojournalist. So yeah, you definitely don't like to hear that. But actually, I'm a photojournalist. So yeah, definitely don't like hearing that. I mean, yeah, I remember like also, what was it? Devontae Adams. Like I remember like when he punched a photographer, definitely not cool. Cause yeah, I'm a photographer as well. So, but anyways, neither here nor there. Let's see. Okay. Jacob says, to value him, you should multiply the chance you think he ends up okay multiplied by his original value. Oh, okay. I like that. I mean, that's actually like a very simple and objective and about it. So yeah, never thought of it like that simply. Yeah, multiply the chance you think he ends up okay multiplied by his original value. Okay. So let's do that for fun. Let's say his original value, let's just call it like 2. Let's, before this news, let's say like conservatively, his value was around like 2 random future firsts. It may have probably even been a little higher than that, I would say, but let's conservatively say that 2 future random firsts. was his value, and then multiply that by the chances that you think he's going to be okay. So let's think about that. I mean, obviously, it's hard to just kind of like throw a number on that. I mean, we're just kind of speculating here. But yeah, if I were to just throw a number out in terms of what are the chances that I think Rice is going to be okay? I mean, I guess that depends a little bit on how we define okay. I mean, what would be an okay outcome in this situation? I mean, would we? I mean, at this point, knowing what we know about it, would we be satisfied relative to our expectations at this point if Rashee Rice was suspended for 8 games to start next season? So basically, a repeat of what happened this season. For the sake of argument, let's say that would be an acceptable outcome, because it could be a lot worse than that. And let's even say, I'm trying to think, like, I guess it doesn't matter too much if he stays on the Chiefs versus goes to another team. I mean, I assume most people would probably prefer that he stays on the Chiefs because, like, we know he's productive there. So let's say, okay, but let's think more of like a, not a worst case scenario, but let's say the Chiefs cut him, but he ends up on another team. He has to serve an 8-game suspension. I mean, that seems like a reasonable kind of median outcome, I would say. Sure, it could be better than that. It could be a lot worse, but let's just call it that. If that would be an acceptable, okay outcome in this formula here, what are the odds that happens? I mean, it is really kind of a mystery at this point. I mean, it feels like the odds are like pretty good at that. Well, that it'll be at least that. But I guess the real question is, okay, the odds he's going to be okay. So basically, what are the odds that the ramifications are going to be that or better? I would probably say the odds of that are, I don't know. I guess we could just kind of say generically 50%, because it really, I'd probably say somewhere around there. I mean, I know that sounds like, again, like a gutless cop-out answer, but okay, if we say 50%, like let's say there's we're saying there's a 50% chance that it's that or better, then I guess his value would be like 1 future random first. And that probably sounds about right to me. So yeah, I think that's a good way of thinking about it. So yeah, maybe that's where I'm at with Rashee Rice at the moment. I'd probably value him somewhere around that range of like a random 27 first. Probably wouldn't want to go to 28. And then if it was 26, you'd already know where it is. So if it was a late pick, I don't know if it's that exciting, a little borderline. But yeah, I think that would be kind of the range. Like, let's say a mid to late first and 26, or like a completely random first and 27. I would say either one of those is probably around what I'd value Rashee Rice at right now. So if someone offered that to me, that is probably a situation where I'd, in Dynasty, that's probably a situation where I'd just kind of be on the fence, like, I'm not sure what to do. So I don't know. I'll have to think about it more, but that's probably around where I'm at, I guess. But yeah, it really is hard to say. I'm probably not making a move unless I'm getting like a better deal than that, something I feel better, a little more confident in right now, because there's still so much we don't know. All right, back to the live chat here. Jacob also says, so hypothetically, if he used to be oh, yeah. It's funny. I didn't even read this comment of Jacob's yet, but he pretty much seemingly read my mind here. He said, so hypothetically, if he used to be worth 2 firsts and you think there's a 50% chance he's fine, he's now worth 1 first. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly the example I was just thinking. So yeah. Great minds think alike there. Jacob also says, if you think there's only a 25% chance he's fine, then he's worth half of 1 first. Yeah. So half a first, that would probably look like, I don't know, a mid-second. I don't know. What would you call half of a first? Maybe like a mid-second and a late second, something like that. That'd probably be, somewhere around there. Or I don't know, maybe a mid-second and I don't know. It'd probably have to be 2 seconds in some form to be like half a first. So yeah, probably somewhere around there. Then Coda says, not jail. Vincent says, rather have the roster space. He's not sustainable. Yeah. I mean, it's tough to even argue against that. I mean, is he ever going to get his act together? I mean, I really can't say I'm very confident in that. So maybe I'm even being too generous, even saying that I'd value him around like a late first this year or, future random first. Maybe he's not even worth that, honestly. I mean, maybe it's just me being a little conservative and not wanting to move off my value of what my value of Rashee Rice was, 24 hours ago. Because here's the thing. I mean, it's so tricky with Rice because like 24 hours ago, if I were moving Rashee Rice, I'd want somewhere between like 2 and 3 first probably. So it's like, God, am I just gonna cut that in half, cut that in a third, cut that into a third? It does feel a little drastic. So maybe that's why I'm being a little conservative here, saying he's worth like around a late first or a random first. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to imagine him ever fully getting it together and being someone you can count on. I mean, it seems like we're always going to be dealing with suspensions and drama and legal issues and potentially getting cut. And okay, who's going to sign him? Who's going to want to take the PR hit? It's a big mess and a big headache. So yeah, I can't blame you for that take there at all. Yeah, and maybe I'll get there. Yeah, maybe I'm just not wanting to change my opinion too drastically, too quickly. But that might be perhaps what I should be doing. Let's see here. Back to the live chat. Let's see where I leave off. Okay, Rampant says, I would take the same suspension, but no charges, or they dropped. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a reasonable outcome if he was just suspended for 8 games again. But even then, how you still feel about Rashee Rice? Because like he's still on probation for the next like 4+ years. So when is the next shoe gonna drop, and he's gonna get into more trouble. So hard to have a lot of faith in him. Let's see. And then Coda says suspension should be long due to second offense. Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel like, is that not the NFL's history, that ramping up the punishment once you're, a second offender? I feel like there is precedent for that. So yeah, I think that's a good call there, Coda. Coda also says we are probably looking at 10 games minimum, most likely a year. Gosh, yeah. I mean, that feels possible. That definitely feels in the range of outcomes. I would not be shocked for, I don't know. Like, do you think the NFL is going to make a statement? They definitely could. I feel like in the, more in the distant past, like they were kind of, I don't know. I feel like the NFL is kind of ebbed and flowed with, kind of, at times they've been like too lax, at other times maybe a little too strict, trying to send a message. So it's kind of varied. So I'm not even sure what to think, but yeah, I can't say I'm super optimistic that it's going to be light. I mean, it's probably going to be 8 games or worse. I mean, probably worse. But yeah, I think I agree with Coda. It'd probably be at least 10 games, I would think, for it being a second offense. And then Jacob says, yeah, he'll definitely get a suspension longer than the first suspension, I would think. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm with you guys there. And then Jacob also says, I'd bet on like 12 games, LOL. Yeah, it easily could be. Rampant says 12 games, not worth it. So much uncertainty with remaining at the Chiefs or in the NFL. Yeah, definitely a lot of uncertainty, to say the least. And then Coda says Hunt did something similar. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kareem Hunt back in the day, his first go around with the Chiefs. And then Coda says, and the Chiefs cut him. Yeah, that's right. I kind of forgot that. I was trying to think, like, yeah, did he get traded? But no, I believe Coda's right. I think they did just cut Kareem Hunt. And yeah, and I mean, Kareem Hunt was a baller back then. I mean, like now we think of him as just kind of like this old, kind of washed running back who's just sort of, hanging on. But I mean, back in the day, I mean, he was like a young, exciting stud, running back on the Chiefs. And I mean, that was a big deal that the Chiefs cut him. So yeah, good memory on that there. And yeah, that's a good instance to bring up there because, I mean, it's the same organization. I mean, I believe they have the same ownership since then. Let me know if I'm completely wrong about that. They've changed ownerships, but they have the same ownership. Gosh, I don't know. Do they have the same GM as then? I'm not sure about that offhand. Obviously, they have the same head coach. I mean, I think Andy Reid, carries a lot of weight in that organization. I would imagine. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Chiefs handle this. It'll be interesting. I mean, I feel like the Chiefs at times have taken chances on players, whether it was Kareem Hunt or Tyreek Hill. They did eventually move off both players. I mean, I don't know. I mean, help refresh my memory. Did the Chiefs moving off Tyreek Hill have anything to do with his character or off the field stuff or anything like that? I don't think it did, but even if it wasn't like directly the reason, I mean, it still could have been at least a factor in that kind of, lying under the surface over the, many years that Tyreek Hill was with the Chiefs. So I'm sure it had some influence there, and it probably wasn't positive. Let's see. Okay, then Vincent says Hunt could have been Jamal Charles. Oh yeah, hey, I mean there's a fun name there. I mean, talk about like a fantasy goat there, Jamal Charles. Like man, like what a player he was. Like he was definitely a favorite of mine. So slippery and explosive, and yeah, he was a super fun player. Very kind of Jahmyr Gibbs like. He could catch the ball as well. Yeah, that's a fun blast from the past there. But yeah, I mean Hunt was kind of on that. Different type of player, but I mean, he was sort of on a, he could have been kind of like the next, really great fantasy running back there on the Chiefs, but he kind of ruined it for himself there. And, he was pretty good in Cleveland for a few years, but I don't know. He never seemed to be quite the same as he was in those first couple years with the Chiefs. Let's see. Jacob says, who knows the reason why they moved off Tyreek? But the reported reason was he wanted a fat contract they didn't want to give him. Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar now that you mentioned that. Yeah, I think it was a lot about the money there. And, yeah, I think the Chiefs were just sort of willing to see how they could do without him. And, worked out pretty well for the most part. I mean, it's been kind of a little up and down with the offense, but, could have been a lot worse. I mean, I remember thinking that I thought losing Tyreek Hill was going to hurt the Chiefs more than it ended up, hurting them. And then Rampant says Tyreek Hill was more down to contract. Yeah, for sure. Let me take a sip of water here. But yeah, we got 7 people watching in here. It's great to have everyone here. It was weird not to live stream last week. But I think it just kind of needed like a week off. And, Blake's in Florida right now. And he was actually, I believe he was supposed to be back already. But some kind of crazy situation happened with his flight. I haven't even heard the exact story yet. But basically, he is marooned in Florida, which, yeah, doesn't sound like such a bad thing. And so, yeah, I guess he's stuck laying poolside for the next few days. He basically said he's not going to be able to get back to Canada until Friday. So, yeah, originally Blake and I were planning on doing the stream together tonight. But with that situation, he wasn't able to go. And then I wanted to get Jacob on. Some of you guys probably saw our attempted start to the live stream where we had Jacob on, but it was too choppy, and so that didn't quite work out. So hopefully we're able to figure out the issues there and get Jacob on soon. But yeah, so it's just me. But yeah, Blake will be back on Friday. So yeah, I'll have to talk to him about when's the next time we're going to be able to stream with the two of us together. Probably be sooner than later. I mean, we're at least going to do a minimum of 1 live stream per week this entire off season. But yeah, in terms of last week, it was kind of a grind with the NFL season and everything with the YouTube channel and managing so many different fantasy football teams. Just kind of ended up needing the week off. So it was good to get that, but it's great to be back on here with you guys. So yeah, definitely drop me a like if you're enjoying the stream. And yeah, of course, make sure you're subbed. Hey, we're pushing toward 200 now. I mean, we got a bunch of new subscribers with a couple of those last start set live streams that we were doing during the fantasy playoffs there. So that was amazing to see. I really appreciate everyone's support. Really means a ton. So thank you to all you guys so much. So yeah, we're gonna keep growing the channel here and appreciate all your support with it. Let's see, what do we have in the live chat? Jacob says Tyreek already had 2 domestic violence stuff on the Chiefs already. Was definitely not before the off the field stuff. LOL. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure that played a factor in the Chiefs' decision. I mean, if Tyreek Hill was a model citizen and just a great person and teammate, and of course we know he's a stud player, but if there were no off the field issues like that, I have to think there's a pretty decent chance the Chiefs just would have paid him his money because, I mean, why would anyone want to lose a player as awesome as Tyreek Hill, right? So I definitely feel like the fact of Tyreek Hill's character and legal issues combined with, okay, he wants more money, he's starting to get older. I think it made it that much easier for the Chiefs to kind of just say, you know what, maybe now's just the time to move on. So I definitely understand that, but maybe it would have been a different story if Tyreek Hill didn't have those off the field issues. I definitely think that's a possibility. So yeah, it's a shame. I mean, he was great on the Dolphins. I mean, who knows what to think of him now? I mean, I actually own a few shares of him in Dynasty. I've even acquired a couple Tyreek Hill shares lately. So haven't paid a lot for him. So I'm kind of, I don't know. You could almost kind of put him in the Rashee Rice category of just kind of a relatively cheap gamble to take with some big upside. Obviously, he's older, so you're just hoping to get like one more good year out of him, and you'd probably be happy. Anyways, we could talk about that another time. But he's kind of another interesting player even now to buy cheap if you can get him. But yeah, I wouldn't pay too much for him. I don't know, maybe like a third, a fake second, maybe something like that. I'd have to think back on what I paid for him in some of my recent deals. But back to the live chat here. Rampant says, if you ever need any SEO advice for YouTube algorithm when you post videos, give me a shout. Hey, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Here, I'll even just took a little screenshot here, so I remember that. But yeah, I'll definitely hit you up on that. I mean, we'd definitely love to improve our SEO. I mean, that'd be awesome. Rampant, what's the best way to reach out to you? I'm forgetting offhand. I'm trying to think. Do I have your? Are you on the Discord, Rampant? I'm trying to remember now. Let me know if you're in the Discord. If anyone is not in the Discord, definitely join. Shoot, I got to work on like getting the Discord link in the description like before I live stream. For whatever reason, it's been like tricky to do that. So I usually like put it in as soon as the live stream ends. So yeah, for anyone interested, as soon as the live stream does end, definitely click on the description and I'll have a link to our Discord. Definitely check that out. Join. It's completely free. We're building a good community of guys over there, and it's a great place to share a trade offer you receive, get some feedback on it. Of course, during the season, you can ask start sit advice. There's also just really the most important thing. It's just a good place for kind of like our little community here to come together, to have access to that, 24/7, even if we're not live streaming and, don't have the live chat here on YouTube, you can go to the Discord 24/7 and talk fantasy, talk Dynasty, ask questions, talk about whatever's going on and fantasy or the NFL or Dynasty or whatever, even go off topic. I mean, we even have a section for movies and television, and we also got some fun stuff over there. Share the worst trade offer that you've received recently. We even have like a text thread for challenges. So check that out. I promise I will put the link to that in the description as soon as the live stream ends. But yeah, let's get back to but yeah, in any case, Rampant, let's see. You say, or if you have the link now, haha. Here, you know what? Here, want me to here, I'll put it in now because maybe that'll just be easier for everyone. Just give me a second here, guys. I'm pulling up the Discord. It'll just take me a moment. Let's see here. Okay, Discord. All right, I'll go to Dynasty Savvy, and we'll get the shareable link. Okay, so I'm choosing the link that never expires. Save. Okay, link will never expire. Copy link. Okay, I got the link. Here, I'll drop it in the live chat, and I'll drop it in the description. So yeah, definitely join that. Dropping it in there right now. Here we go. Okay, live chat. Okay, I just pasted it in there. It's not it's not coming up as Dynasty Savvy. It's just from like my personal YouTube page. Says Daniel Fortune. So I just dropped in the live chat, and then let me put it in the description right now. I just got to switch to Dynasty Savvy, so bear with me just for a moment here. Okay, switching to Dynasty Savvy, and here we go. All right, pulling up our channel, going to our live streams. Let's see. Okay, I'm pulling up this one. Okay, edit, and then I'm going to drop it in the description. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Description. Okay, here we go. Join our free Discord. And boom, there's the link. And save it. Okay, there you go. So The link to our free Discord is now both in the live chat and it's in the description for the live stream. If you don't see it there, you might just need to like refresh it, but it is in there now. I just put it in there, saved it. So there you go. So yeah, Rampant, join the Discord, and yeah, what also let me know what's your name on Discord. I mean, maybe I'll see it because like if you join, it'll probably say like, you know, your username, just join Discord. But yeah, let me know what your name is so I know, because you know if multiple people join it. I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing. Maybe, yeah, obviously if it's Rampant FM, it'll be easy. Here, let's see, we're here. Just got a notification from Discord. Okay, it says Chris just joined the server. Okay, so is that you, Rampant, or is that someone else? Let me know. But in any case, yeah, definitely check out the Discord, everyone. We definitely want to grow the community there. And let's see. Okay, we got Seb saying, what are the thoughts on Isaiah Likely? Do we think he gets traded and starts or no? Okay. Oh, and then just real quick, Rampant says, yeah, that's me. Okay, awesome. So I will get in touch. I will get in touch with you on there then. But yeah, that is yeah. Thanks for letting me know about that. Just took a screenshot there from my memory. But yeah, to answer Seb's question, yeah, Isaiah Likely, yeah, definitely a player I like in general, and yeah, I've definitely been a fan of his for a while, and have been waiting and for him to get his opportunity. So yeah, I mean, sadly the Ravens did re-sign Mark Andrews to a contract extension recently. So I don't know. Does that mean that they're going to move off Isaiah Likely and trade him this offseason? Like, I'm not sure. Or actually, wait, does his contract expire? I'm assuming, I believe his contract's about to expire because I think this is his 4th year in the NFL. So yeah, maybe the Ravens don't even have to trade him. Maybe he'll just go somewhere else in free agency. But one way or another, yeah, I can't say for sure, but I do remember recently watching another channel where, I mean, they were basically, I'm trying to remember which channel it was, but they were basically acting like, yeah, Likely's probably going to sign elsewhere. So, I'm not sure if that's just like complete speculation or, if the reports are saying that. I'll have to kind of look into that a little bit more. But it definitely sounds like a real possibility at this point. So I do think he's a pretty good buy. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up. But yeah, I've always liked him. Yeah, I mean, I even sold him in the listener league lately. I'm kind of even wondering if I could, do I wish I could have that one back? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I was just getting a little frustrated and impatient with him finally after all this time. Maybe, and I'm sure like the Mark Andrews contract extension probably had a big something to do with my decision there. But yeah, I mean, I think I sold him for like a 27-second, but if in a tight end premium league, if you could buy him for, a second or even a small plus on top, I think that's pretty reasonable. But yeah, good question though. I definitely love me some Isaiah Likely. Let's see. And also in the live chat. Okay, yeah, I think that I already read the comment from Rampant. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to stay on here too much longer. It is 2:09 a.m. here on the East Coast, so do have an appointment in the morning, so do want to get a little sleep here. But yeah, if you have any last questions here before I sign off, definitely drop them in the live chat, and I'll make sure I answer everyone's question before I sign off here. Let's see. Seb says, "What do you realistically want for AJ Brown in the listener league, Dan?" All right, say, here we go. Like, I love it. Like I'm definitely a fan of some live trade negotiations on stream. So first of all, absolutely love the question, Seb. I mean, let me think here in terms of like what I would want for AJ Brown. I mean, he's not someone I've been like looking to move off of. I mean, I think I own 2 shares of him in Dynasty, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he's sort of like kind of at that tricky age. How old is he? Is he like 28? Something like that. He's in his late 20s. He's starting to kind of get up into that age where it's like, his value is probably never going to go up, very much. It's probably just going to, gradually go down as he gets older and older. He could still be damn good for like another few years. So it's probably one of those things where I'm kind of thinking like I'm probably always going to value him a little more than probably what anyone's going to want to give me for him. But I mean, hey, there's a price on everyone. So, I mean, he's not like off the table or anything like that by any means. I do have him stacked with Jalen Hurts, which is nice. I mean, I'm not going to, I don't know. AJ Brown might not even be on the Eagles next year. So maybe that doesn't even matter. Gosh, I can't even. I'm not even sure who. Yeah, I haven't even really thought about who AJ Brown, what team he'll end up on if he isn't on the Eagles. But I mean, he's going to be a really good player wherever he lands, I'm sure. Gosh, so what would I need? I mean, obviously, like, I mean, if we're talking picks, like, I mean, there would certainly need to be like the foundation of some kind of first that I'm reasonably excited about. Whether it's like a random first in 27, in terms of like a 26 pick, I don't know how excited I am over like a late first right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, like a first is still a first, but some are better than others, of course. Gosh, I don't know. It is a tricky question to answer. I mean, I feel like, a little leverage on top of that would probably be nice. A little something thrown in on top of like, I don't know, a mid first this year or like a random first next year. I mean, if you really want to move me off of him, I feel like that's probably what it would take. I mean, I'm trying to think, is that even like enough? I mean, I guess the question is, what would that plus need to be? A first and a second, a first that I'm reasonably excited about, and a second that doesn't totally suck. Probably somewhere in that range. It could be. Oh, okay. Then you say, yeah, you ain't got picks. So okay, fair enough. Yeah, I should have remembered that, of course. So yeah, it had to be players. I mean, heck, I'll pull up your team here real quick because I love the question and I love live trade negotiations. So I'll pull up your roster real quick. I'll give you an earnest answer to your question here. All right, I'm pulling up the listener league and I'm pulling up Seb's team. Oh wait, actually, I think I could screen share this. Yeah, let me try to screen share this. Let's see here. Give me one moment. Okay, here, I'm going to pull up Sleeper here, and then I will do a screen share. Okay, got Sleeper pulling up here. Okay, let's try a screen share. Let's see, screen share, Sleeper, share. Okay, here we go. I will pull up the listener league here. Here we go. Okay, so this is the OG listener league, the first one. And yeah, for anyone that wasn't watching the stream earlier or is new to the channel, we are starting a second listener league. In fact, we just started it. We got a few people in there already. So yeah, limited spots available. If you want to join, send me a DM on Sleeper or Discord. My handle is @DanFortune500 on both Sleeper and Discord. Just send me a message saying you want to be in the new listener league, and we'll get you in there. Yeah, it's a Dynasty league. We'll vote on some of the settings, but most likely it'll be 12 or 14 teams, probably start 11 players each week, full PPR, I imagine. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of tight end premium, probably like 0.75, maybe a few big play bonuses or, nothing major. So yeah, it should be, fun settings. We'll vote on everything. We'll vote on the buy-in. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you want to play Dynasty with me and some of the other people that you see here, in the live chat of our streams, or even guests we have on the channel, yeah, definitely join the new listener league, and yeah, let me know sooner than later because limited spots are available there. But yeah, this is the first listener league here. And by the way, I don't know if you guys can see me right now, but hopefully that's okay. But I got the screen share going. So we're going to pull up Seb's team. So go to league. And okay, yeah, oh wait, that's Blake's team. Okay, here we go. House Bolton. So this is Seb and Denny's team. They just won the championship. They beat me in the finals. So yeah, they had a great season here. So this is their team right now. It definitely changed a lot with all the trades they were doing during the fantasy playoffs because there was no trade deadline. But yeah, so I'm looking at your players here in terms of what I would want for AJ Brown. I don't really need a quarterback. I mean, just like general players I like on your team, Seb. I mean, yeah, of course, like who doesn't love A-Chain, James Cook, T. Higgins? I guess maybe even Christian Watson a little bit. Got to give him his due. Yeah, I mean, Kyle Pitts finished the season pretty strong. I mean, I don't hate him at this point, even though I've hated Kyle Pitts a lot over his career because he has disappointed me. Christian McCaffrey, I'm probably not too huge on buying. Probably same for Kyron Williams. ETN I might be a little more open to buying, possibly. I mean, Mike Evans, of course, is, you know, a rock star, but I don't know if I'm really trying to buy him at his age. Montgomery's okay. I mean, of course, I love David Montgomery as a real life player. I don't know if I'm dying to buy him in Dynasty. Let's see. I mean, got Michael Wilson. I mean, he's kind of an interesting player. Hard to know exactly what to expect from him in the future. He had such an incredible year, kind of out of nowhere. DJ Moore, I'm not too into. Josh Downs, not really too into anymore. Yeah, none of those tight ends I'm too crazy about. Dalton Schultz, Mark Andrews, Juwan Johnson. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of what I would need, you also have Daniel Jones, but I don't need a quarterback. Okay, no one really on taxi squad. So, yeah, I mean, if you could do a deal around, I guess, like one of those players that I mentioned, I mean, if you took like the worst of them, like Kyle Pitts or Christian Watson, you know, I'd probably need, you know, I definitely need some kind of plus there. I mean, I would personally value A.J. Brown more than those guys. I'm still a little skeptical on Pitts and Christian Watson. But, you know, I mean, if we can involve either A-Chain or James Cook or even T. Higgins, maybe TN, someone like that, I mean, we could probably, you know, get a deal done around that. Obviously, like, those players have, like, a variety of values. So, I don't know. I mean, let me know which one you're open to moving or which one, Seb, that you want to try to make a deal around. But those are some of the players that would interest me. So, you know, it's hard to make, you know, an exact offer right now. Let me think about it a little more. I feel like it'd be a little easier to negotiate a trade live if I actually like had you on camera here. But hopefully that helps a little bit. So let me know what you think. Send me a DM on Sleeper. We're always talking on there anyways. Let me know if you have any ideas. Let me know if that sparks any ideas. But yeah, I'm open to making a deal. You know, I love trading. Hey, almost as much as you love trading. I mean, yeah, we were both among the most active traders in any of the leagues that we're in. And then let's see. I think I can. Here, I'll take the screen share off. Stop sharing. Okay, so I'm back here. Let me know if that screen share worked okay. Yeah, kind of the first time. I just discovered that I didn't think I could do it using YouTube Studio, which is what I've been using when I solo stream. Yeah, long story, but Blake has the OBS software that we normally use. And anyways, you guys don't care about that, but I finally figured out how to screen share on YouTube Studio. So let me know if that worked okay. But yeah, I'm seeing the live chat again here. Let's see. So let's see where we leave off. Okay, so Seb says, oh, hey, we also got Let's Get It in here. Welcome, good to see you. Hey, let me know how you did in your finals, like in your championship matchups. Let me know if you were able to take home a championship. Let me know how you did in that week 17. But yeah, good to see you here. Yeah, we've been streaming for a little while here. And then Seb says, A-Chain is movable, but I'm going to need more on top of Brown. Yeah, I mean, of course. Like, I would figure that. I mean, yeah, I mean, A-Chain is definitely worth more than A.J. Brown in Dynasty. So, yeah, what would you need on top of A.J. Brown, Seb? Let me know. Maybe we can work something out there. Jacob says, just do A.J. Brown for his 428 second-round picks, LOL. Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean, that's clever and creative. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be the worst deal in the world, but obviously I'm assuming you're mostly being sarcastic there. Definitely wouldn't excite me too much. I mean, you could do worse, but yeah, the fact that they're in 28, I mean, I don't know. Would I do it for 426 seconds or 427 seconds? Wouldn't be the worst trade in the world. I probably wouldn't do it though, but that'd be mildly intriguing, I guess. Let's see. And then Seb says A-Chain and Cook both movable. Okay, well, that's good to know. Yeah, maybe we can work something out. Yeah, so yeah, hit me up. Let me know what you'd need on top of A.J. Brown for A-Chain and what you need on top of A.J. Brown for Cook. I'm assuming that would be a little different between the two. And then, yeah, Seb says, sir, yes, sir. Okay, good deal. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll be in touch. And then Rampant says, I love A-Chain way too much to even consider it in my dynasty. Okay, well, hey, I mean, we all have our biases and preferences and favorite players, so totally get that. I mean, A-Chain's definitely a really fun player, definitely a great player to have in Dynasty. So, yeah, he, it certainly doesn't come cheap. Yeah, so, I'd be willing to, pay something, reasonable on top of A.J. Brown. So, yeah, I'll let you guys know if Seb and I are able to get something done. Yeah, of course, it would be fun to do it live on stream. I don't know. Maybe if Seb gets back to me, maybe we could negotiate here. It would be a lot easier if I was able to get him on camera here. It's probably not going to be possible tonight, but hey, I mean, maybe we'll do some of those in the future. I mean, we have had some, at least a few moments on streams over the years where we've done like live trade negotiations and even completed some trades live on stream. So that's always super fun to do. Maybe we'll do a little bit more of that this off season if you guys like to see that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm sure Seb and I will we'll talk about that. I'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna sign off pretty soon here, but I did want to see if Let's Get It was gonna say anything because I'd feel bad signing off like right as he signed on here. I did want to see how he did in his championship finals matchup. So maybe I'll hang around a few more minutes here, see if if Let's Get It has any update on that because I am kind of curious. But yeah, and yeah, if anyone else here wants to share how their finals week went, like let me know. Let me know if we gave you any good advice that helped you. Let me know if we gave you any bad advice that you had to overcome to win your championship, or hopefully it didn't cost you your championship. But I feel like we gave pretty good recommendations with all the start-sit questions. I mean, of course, that's never easy to do, and the NFL is in fantasy are very unpredictable. But I do feel like I've developed a pretty good process over the years, and I've really have learned from a lot of past mistakes. In terms of like start-sit decisions. So I definitely have learned over a long period of time what not to do. And I feel like I finally have truly learned from that and kind of, I don't want to say perfected, but at least developed / crafted my process. And, I feel pretty good, pretty confident about my process now for those start-sit decisions. So, to the point where like, even if it doesn't turn out, in the favor that, that I wanted, I still feel confident that it was the right move. It was the right process. That's all we can really control at the end of the day is follow a good process that is generally more likely than not going to lead to good results. So that's all you can really ask for. The rest is all just kind of variance and unpredictability and luck. And, you just can't always get those things perfect, but I feel like we did a pretty good job. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, I feel like the feedback's been pretty good. So yeah, let me know how you guys did in your finals. Definitely kind of a, fun chance here. I mean, this is the first stream we've done, since the final. So, hey, definitely a fun opportunity here to celebrate a championship or two. So it's always good to hear that. Let's see here. Okay. Seb says, I'm always down. How are you valuing Genty these days? Gosh. Yeah. I mean, Genty is definitely a player I'm not trying to move. I mean, I'm very high on Genty. I mean, I think most people are. I mean, the rookie season was a bit up and down, of course. I mean, that was to be expected. I mean, especially once we knew how bad the Raiders' offensive line, was. And on top of that, like Geno Smith was terrible. I'm sure that, had a lot to do with the offensive line as well. They didn't have a ton of great weapons. It was just kind of a mess all around. So hopefully that situation can only get better. I'm definitely expecting big things from Genty. I mean, we remember like the lead Bijan took his second year. I definitely think there's a great chance Genty does something similar. And yeah, I'm definitely not looking to move off Genty. I mean, I'm never going to say like any players like off the table, but I mean, you would definitely have to bring me something good for Ashton Genty. I mean, I love Genty. I think he's got a bright future. And let's face it. I mean, this is probably a bigger topic for another day, but definitely a good one to talk about. I mean, running back is kind of king in fantasy right now, is it not? I mean, that might sound like blasphemy to some people. I mean, there was a while there where it was really all about the quarterbacks and receivers and, running back, I mean, because, things were just sort of trending in that direction. Zero running back was working well, hero running back strategies. But this year and last year, like, it's really shifted where, like, I mean, you really can't, if you're winning championships without like stud running backs, I mean, you're definitely more the exception than the rule these past couple seasons. So yeah, not saying it can't be done or it hasn't been done the past couple years. I mean, zero running back can still absolutely work, but for the most part, like if this year, if you didn't have Christian McCaffrey and or A-Chain, James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson. I mean, if you didn't have one of these two, one or two of these guys, like, I mean, you'd really have to be loaded with the rest of your team to overcome that. So running back really has kind of been king lately in fantasy. Obviously, there's always going to be the disadvantage for running back in Dynasty because they have the shorter shelf life. They're more volatile. But those elite ones, like those elite Dynasty running backs, like whether it's Gibbs, Bijan, Genty, and I mean, in the past, like I know Blake would say, like, okay, tear down from them, and that's the wise move. And, that can certainly work. But man, like, I'm definitely not going out of my way to personally to move off of like the, Gibbs, Bijan, Genties of the world. So, he's definitely not the first player I'd be looking to move. I'd rather do like AJ Brown plus. But, I mean, if you really want to pay up, I mean, I could probably craft something. I mean, you probably wouldn't love it, but we could talk about it. So, but yeah, I mean, Genty's probably one of those guys where like, if I'm not getting like 3 random firsts or like the equivalent, like, I mean, I'm probably not really motivated to sell him. So, I don't know what you guys think of that. It's probably around what he's worth. I mean, probably at least like 2.5 to 3 firsts, somewhere in there. It would take a really strong offer to get me to move off Genty personally. But yeah, definitely don't blame you for being interested in him. I mean, I'd love to buy some more Genty myself. I mean, it's not an easy player to buy. Then Jacob says Genty is the Dynasty RB3 to 5. So he's still a stud, I think. Oh yeah, 100%. I absolutely agree with that. I mean, for age, the prospect he is, the upside, the potential, and considering the awful situation he was in, like, it really wasn't that bad of a rookie year. I mean, I'd even say relative to the bad situation, it was a pretty solid rookie year. I mean, he had a couple of nuclear weeks, nuclear games. I mean, he flashed that upside. And for him to do that and, on this horrible offense, that it says a lot. So, yeah, I love Genty. Definitely not going out of my way to move him. Let's see. Then Seb says A-Chain / Dak for Hurts / AJ Brown / a second. So yeah, and yeah, to clarify, like the slash is more like an and rather than an or. So basically, at least as I'm interpreting it, and just kind of knowing how Seb writes, because we talk a lot on Sleeper, and but yeah, so basically, okay, so your offer is I would get A-Chain and Dak. I would send you Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown in a second. That's interesting. I mean, I don't hate it. Just on like my first instinct, I don't hate it. Let me think about this a little deeper here. So we have the swap of the quarterbacks, Hurts versus Dak. Yeah, I mean, I prefer Hurts there. So you get the upgraded QB. I mean, I do like Dak though. I'm not trying to disrespect him or anything. Definitely a solid, very very solid fantasy quarterback to have. And then basically, I'm going from AJ Brown in a second up to A-Chain. So yeah, I'm adding a second to AJ Brown to get A-Chain, but I'm also taking the downgraded quarterback. Okay, so basically for A-Chain, you want AJ Brown a second, and then you want to upgrade a quarterback from Jalen Hurts to Dak Prescott. I mean, what second do you want, Seb? I mean, if that second isn't too crazy, like I might be willing to do that. I think that sounds pretty reasonable. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about it here. If the second's not too crazy, if it's not like, the projected 201 next year or like the 201 this year or something like really amazing, if it's like a mid to late second, something like that, like I'd probably be willing to do that, Seb, if you want to do that. Okay, you say 27, any. Okay, so wait, does that mean any second or any second in 27? Here, let me see what picks I have. Here, I'll screen share real quick again. Let's see. Okay, share screen, Sleeper. Let's see what seconds. I'll pull up my team. You guys can get a look at my roster. Well, I am Drunk Heisenberg. We kind of have like an unofficial Breaking Bad theme going in the OG Listener League here. So yeah, you can see my starting lineup here. For any of our audio listeners, that is, at least at the moment, actually this isn't my very best lineup because I think I had to put some good players in like IR and Taxi to, fit everyone I want on my roster. But the starting lineup I have in there right now is like Jalen Hurts, Bijan, Jalen Warren, Puka Nacua, AJ Brown, George Kittle, Dallas Goedert. I have Chigo Okonkwo in there at the moment. He's probably not one of my best players though. Wan'Dale Robinson, Alec Pierce, Matt Stafford. And then see on the bench, I have Jared Goff. I have, who else do I have here notable? Stephon Diggs, Terry McLaurin, Travis Kelce, and then my taxi. Oh, I got one of my Tyreek Hill shares. And okay, yeah, here we go. On my taxi, I got Genty and a couple other players. So okay, so yeah, that's my team. Just kind of if anyone was curious about my roster in the listener league at all. Okay, but yeah, I want to see what picks I have. So let's check out my picks here. Definitely burned through some picks, making some trades, trying to keep up with Seb there in that arms race during the finals. And really just like the fantasy playoffs in general. I was wheeling, dealing a lot, trying to upgrade my squad any way I could. Okay. So yeah, I don't have any 26 seconds. Okay, so yeah, obviously then you want a 27 second. So I have Chase's and I have Seb's own second. Okay, so Seb, okay, so you'll take any of them. All right, I guess I'd give you your own second then. So yeah, I mean if you want to do the deal, I think I'm down for it. I'm kind of wait, that's the Discord. Oh yeah, that's our Discord way. I don't know. Well, there's probably not. I talked about Discord enough. We won't go there. But here, I'll stop the screen share. Let me go back here. Okay, so there we're back. So yeah, here I can see. Okay. Oh shoot, Seb says the screen is black. Gosh, I feel like that happened earlier. I'm not sure why. But yeah, thanks for letting me know that. I'm not sure what happened there. But I'm not sure how long that was black for. I'll probably go back and watch it. But yeah, hopefully I'll figure out what went wrong there. But in any case, sorry about that if the screen went black for you guys. But hopefully you could still at least hear me. I'm still here. I believe you guys can see me now. Let me know if you can't. Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, if you want to do that deal, send it. And I think I'd probably be down for that. So yeah, I would send you your own 27 second along with Hurts and AJ Brown if you wanted to send over A-Chain and Dak. So yeah, I think I'd be game for that if you want to do it. So feel free to send that if you're down, and I think I'd probably be game. So hey, there you go. I mean, hey, if you send it now, I mean, we could officially do it on stream. If not, like no worries though. But yeah, just let me know. And let's see. I don't know. Do we have any other comments here in the live chat that we want to catch up with? I'm not seeing anything else. I didn't hear any update from Let's Get It, but I'm sure we'll see him again soon. Get an update on how he did. Yeah, so I'll probably sign off here unless, if any other question pops up before I do, I'll certainly answer it. So yeah, this is your last moment here. Anything else you want to talk about, drop it here in the live chat before I sign out. But yeah, just in closing, gosh, I guess I didn't even really talk about like my finals. Maybe Blake and I will go more into it if once, because Blake and I, once he gets back from Florida on Friday, we'll probably do some kind of live stream, in the next few days after that. So probably in our next live stream with Blake, with the two of us, we'll probably talk more about like how each of Blake and I like did in our finals week and with championships and everything like that. I guess I'll give you a little teaser of mine. So I was in 5 finals matchups and I did win 3 of them. So took home 3 championships. So that was pretty cool. One was a free league, so I barely count that one. But the other 2 that I won were paid. So definitely nice to take home a couple championships there. The specific leagues that those were, for anyone that cares or knows or whatever. One was a league that Randy commissions called Guardians of the Galaxy. And then the other league was called Chase the Bag. Seb is in that league. Hawkeyes is as well. I call that the crazy tight end premium league because it's like a 6 PPR for tight ends. There's wacky scoring with like big play bonuses and all kinds of different stuff. Really fun league though. And actually that is my oldest Dynasty league. It feels like I've always been rebuilding in it somehow, some way. I did make the championship like 2 years ago, but I lost. So first ever championship in that league. So that was pretty cool. The rebuild is finally over. And then that Guardians of the Galaxy League, that was my first year in that league. I just joined it this past off season. So, neither of them had any kind of crazy huge buy-ins, but, still taking home I think like a few $100s or so in each. I also, had 2 runner-ups, 2 second places, won money for one of those. Not for the listener league though, because that was winner take all. Sadly for me. And I did also win $100 for a third place in Blood, Sweat, and Beers. That's the league that I originally met Blake in. So yeah, there's just a little quick synopsis. Maybe we'll talk about that a little more when Blake and I are on together next, which will probably be soon. But yeah, Blake did okay as well. So yeah, we'll save that for that stream. But yeah, definitely hit the notification bell if you want to be notified anytime that we go live. And yeah, definitely drop me a like on your way out. We only have 4 right now, so if we could get that up a little bit, that would be super cool. And yeah, definitely make sure you're subbed to the channel. It's going to be a really fun off season. We're going to be talking about all these rookies very soon here. I'm really starting to study up on them and starting to get excited. So can't wait to talk about the rookies. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of content here this off season. Like I said, the schedule, we're going to try to at least do 1 live stream per week, at least 1 video per week. You know, the video is a little more ambitious because we're a little rusty at that. So that might be a little more dicey. Like hopefully we can meet that goal, but we're absolutely going to be doing 1 live stream each week. So you can absolutely count on that. Maybe even some weeks we'll do more than 1 live stream. And then, yeah, we'll keep you posted about the new channel where we're going to do reviews of like movies and television. We'll probably have some updates on that soon. So yeah, stay tuned. Definitely join the Discord. The link is in the description. It's completely free. So, get on over there. No reason not to be in there. And yeah, let me just read any comments here before I sign off that came in here. Okay, Seb says, you cool if I wait on Denny? He'll be up in 30 or so. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, hey, check in with the co-manager. No problem with that whatsoever. Take your time, no rush. And then Seb says, I like that league. I just wish people were more active. Okay, you're surely, I'm assuming you're referring to the Chase the Bag League with the big tight end premium. Yeah, I agree. But hey, I mean, you joining the league this offseason definitely helped a lot, even Hawkeyes. So I think it's hopefully started to trend in the right direction. But yeah, I do wish it was a little more active. But I still love the scoring. It's so wacky and wild. I can't help but love it. And then Seb says, I'll give you a second in Swift for Saquon and Chase the Bag right now. Okay. Hey, well, that's interesting. I mean, I, of course, as you know, like, you originally had Saquon, you traded him to me. And yeah, I probably got the better end of that deal. I mean, not that Saquon was like a league winner or anything. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, his season was kind of disappointing, but relative to the massive expectations. So he was still pretty solid. I mean, definitely helped me. And yeah, I do feel bad that Worthy hasn't worked out. I mean, I believe we did the swap straight up. I still think there's hope for Worthy. We didn't even really get into him, with the whole like Rashee Rice thing and everything. Maybe we'll talk about Worthy a little bit, but I still think there's hope for him, especially in that league with the massive big play bonuses. Like that's the kind of league where you'd want to own Xavier Worthy. So I do hope that ages better for you than it did this season. But yeah, second in Swift. I mean, what second would that be? Let me know what second that would be. I'd think about it. I mean, it doesn't have me like super excited, but that's probably like close to a fair offer, close to a fair deal. So let me think about that. Let's see. Okay, you say it's born so early. All right, let me think about that. I'm gonna have to think about that one. But yeah, remind me about that if I forget about it though. But yeah, I would entertain that. Maybe I'd have us like maybe I would counter it slightly. Or I might just decide to keep Saquon, but I'll think about that one. But that's not a terrible offer though. We could definitely talk about that. And then Sub says it's all good. LOL. Worthy will be fine. Okay. Hey, I like the confidence there. And Sub says it's that born goat guys. I'll add a third if you add a fourth. Okay. So Swift, a second, and a third for swap. I'd say we're probably pretty close there. I don't want to definitely say yes. Let me think about that just a little more. I just don't want to, knee-jerk reaction and, say yes and then I regret it. So let me look a little bit at like the scoring in the league and how Swift was, how good or bad Saquon was. But yeah, we might be able to get something done there. So yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, and you say both early picks, by the way. Okay, so early second, early third. Yeah, you might be able to do something there. I mean, I'm not like dying to down tier because I already have like a decent number of picks, but hey, I wouldn't hate it though. I wouldn't hate it. Swift was pretty good this year. So yeah, let's talk about that. I got to think about that a little more though. But yeah, I'm going to sign off here. But yeah, this was super fun. So glad we could get the stream going again after taking that week off. So yeah, I'm sure I'll continue to hear more about your championships and everything like that. You know, and I'm sure, you know, in the next stream, we'll see even more people that, you know, we hadn't last seen until, you know, we were doing the start sits and everything. So yeah, definitely excited to hear more about how everyone did, like in their finals and everything like that. I'm sure we'll be talking about that more. Blake and I will give you the full update on how we did in all of our finals matchups, or just kind of in our portfolios, you know, how many championships we ended up with and that sort of thing, if you guys are interested. So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be talking about a lot of fun stuff this off season, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Have a good night.